What's up, everyone? I'm the Guy, and today we're going to talk about the Thunderbolts. Now, with all the Thunderbolts hype that's been going along, with the Thunderbolts movie looming on the horizon, I figured we would sit down, chop it up about all the Thunderbolts members appearing in the film, and where they rank on my personal list. A nice, short and sweet video for you today, so let's get into it. Up first, we got Yelena. Now, Yelena was born in Moscow during Soviet times, and later grew up to join the Russian Federation GRU. She was trained in the same sessions of the Red Room by the same people who trained Natasha, otherwise known as Black Widow, who we know eventually became an Avenger. So they got the same background, the same history. She's eventually recruited by the espionage agency S.H.I.E.L.D. and becomes in charge of vibranium mining, which they can use for like shields and armor and stuff. Like, can you imagine pulling up to the club in an all vibranium whip? Sheesh! Oh, and since she's trained as a spy and assassin with insane hand-to-hand combat skills, she's basically in peak athletic condition. She basically has the ability to mimic the abilities of other superheroes and absorbs the power from people around her. So just like a Jedi can see the attacks that you're about to deploy against them in battle, it's the same thing with her. This is a tough chick. And I mean, she's had to fight her entire life, which is what makes her so world-renowned. She's had experiences where she needed to fake her own death and escape. Easily one of the 10 most powerful Russians in comic books, we're gonna give Yelena a solid A for being a hero all around. Now we're going to talk about the Red Guardian, another Russian hero who was previously the husband of Black Widow. And Red Guardian was basically the Soviet counterpart to Captain America. But all that work for the KGB kind of went overboard, and he became extremely brutal and cruel. And I mean, if your job separated you from your wife and then tried to cover it up, wouldn't you be pissed off as well? The Red Guardian that we come to know in the comics isn't even the first one. He's the second after Alexei Jabdev. He's often seen with a detachable belt-buckled disc that could become a throwing weapon with magnets strong enough to deflect bullets. And he can fly too. And I mean that he's a pilot, which is definitely a skill. In different timelines, the Red Guardian has many bearers, such as Anton Anov in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. But the upcoming Thunderbolts film will be the Alexei incarnation, who comically has a lot of flaws. Whatever future iterations of Red Guardians appear, I think we can all agree this is a well-rounded hero, so we're gonna put him in the B tier. Now hang around the MCU long enough and you'll most likely come across the Winter Soldier at some point. The Winter Soldier, he's got a complicated history, and by the time that he joins up with the Thunderbolts, he's been pardoned and publicly redeemed and apparently still has a valid military rank. Bucky is easily the most stable person on the team. He's sort of there to balance the Thunderbolts out and help the others through their issues of becoming a squad. Bucky basically learned from the best, having trained under Captain America himself and has pretty much been fighting since World War II. This dude is going to kick your ass if you get on the wrong side of him and can make use of basically any military weapon like firearms, grenades, or throwing knives. Oh, and his left arm is a cybernetic prosthetic with superhuman strength that actually helps his reaction time. It can function when it's not in contact with the Winter Soldier and can discharge an EMP pulse to take out electronics. Easily one of the most iconic superhero sidekicks of the Golden Age, we're gonna give Bucky a B, and the B is for badass. Up next, we got Taskmaster, who's strictly Russian. Once the daughter of a powerful general, she was injured when people tried to assassinate her dad, and eventually had a computer chip placed in her body, which gave her photographic reflexes that allowed her to mimic the fighting techniques of other people. So a hero like this wasn't necessarily born, they were grown, or molded I should say, transformed into what she would eventually become. Basically a trained assassin, and you gotta give trained assassins their space because they're liable to flip out and kill you without a second's hesitation. We can see in the Black Widow film that this person is out to get the red mist from Black Widow, and Marvel has been pretty careful not to tease the character too much in the marketing materials for the upcoming Thunderbolts film. After appearing in the Red Room in the comics, Taskmaster was devoid of all personality and repurposed into basically a giant weapon, so don't expect to have any meaningful, hilarious, playful conversations with this person. And I mean, wouldn't you have a hard time adjusting to society after you were being controlled by your own father? I'm down to see how she glows up in the new movie, but for right now, we're gonna give Taskmaster a C until I can learn more about what makes her tick. Ava Starr, otherwise known as Ghost, is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. In the MCU, she is recruited into S.H.I.E.L.D. as an assassin and given a suit meant to control her instability in exchange for a cure, but she goes rogue after learning that S.H.I.E.L.D. has no real intention of helping her out. And because her father's previous work in the quantum realm means that he's got a big thinking cap. She's a smart cookie as well. Now, the suit that she wears gives her the ability to turn herself and any objects that she touches invisible and intangible, but not at the same time. She can also hack or reprogram all manner of electric systems in her vicinity, as well as intercept or tamper with or silence any kind of electric signals. I mean, I might be being a little biased because of their hacker background, and if you don't have a hacker on your team, good f***ing luck. Ghost, I can't wait to see you in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie, and I'm gonna place you in the B tier. John Walker, otherwise known as US Agent in the MCU, was the former successor to Steve Rogers as the second Captain America. He's the super patriot. According to the comics, that is. This guy had a pretty good upbringing going to West Point in Georgia and becoming a highly decorated US Army captain, and the first person in history to receive the Medal of Honor 3 times for his combat service.
You ever jump on top of a grenade?
Yeah, actually I have 4 times.
Later on down the line, he's hired to help squash ongoing violent revolutions across the world. In the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show, when Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes hits him up to help with the Flag Smashers, things go a little south when he tries to recruit Sam and Bucky into the GRC. They do refuse, and it's probably because it's a lot nicer at the Avengers headquarters, and after ingesting the super soldier serum, he murders a Flag Smasher by driving a shield right through a man's chest in front of an entire crowd of people. After this, Sam and Bucky basically have to fight John Walker for the shield and defeat him. He's honorably discharged from the army after this event, but then builds a new shield from scrap and his medals of honor. He's been recruited by Valentina Fontaine, and the rest is, well, I can't say it's history because it's about to happen. We're about to see how John Walker grows, and based on his comics profile and what we saw in the Winter Soldier TV show, I'm gonna give this hothead a C. But there's always room for improvement in my book. Let's see if he can get that grade higher in the next few outings. And that, my friends, is the short and sweet Marvel Thunderbolts ranked video. What did you guys think? You guys have to let me know down in the comments if I gave anybody the wrong rating, because I'd love to hear from you and what your point of view is. I personally cannot wait for that new Thunderbolts movie. I love it when everybody teams up from different backgrounds. There's always nice Easter eggs, and I go for the CGI. I go for it. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more ranking videos just like this on the channel. I'm the guy. We'll see you in the next video, and have a damn good day.